Hello guys, and meet my crystal red shrimps. Today I'm going to tell you a little story about those shrimps and quite unusual tank they live. This is my planted aquarium with crystal red shrimps. This tank is quite unusual because it uses CO2 system and very strong light. As you can see, I didn't manage all the problems connected to keeping shrimps in this type of system. I'm not a pro if we are talking about keeping beautiful planted aquariums. But I think that this type of tank can be something different. It can be quite unusual to keep shrimps in such a beautiful and green aquarium with different plants than mosses, which require better environment and a little bit of fertilization. As you can see, shrimps seems to be quite happy. There's a very important thing about this aquarium. Some of you would say it got a lot of algae. But for the shrimps, algae is great. It's natural food source that they can thrive on. As you can see, we got a lot of plant growth, and selective breeding in this type of tank can be hard. But for this tank, I'm quite happy with the results I got. And when I see a shrimp that need to be cool out like this one, I can do this in spare time. You need to remember that I don't always keep shrimp only for the best selective breeding results. Sometimes it's more fun just to watch the shrimps thrive in beautiful tank. And for me, those shrimps breed, thrive and are happy. They love to feed on the plants and enjoy a lot of hideouts for them. These are crystal red shrimps, so are quite easy to keep. But right now, let's talk about the tank for a moment. I use planted soil for this tank. This is the master soil by Polish company. It's very nice soil for keeping the plants because it's got a lot of fertilizers inside of it. On the other hand, it's quite difficult soil for the shrimps because the aging process can take quite a long time. Something like Ada Amazonia version 1. I also use CO2 for this system, but the only indicator that I use is the chemical indicator inside of the tank, trying to keep the CO2 level for green indication. The shrimp seems to like this type of keeping the tank, and I'm quite sure that my pH levels are good for the shrimps. If they weren't, I would see deaths and no breeding among the shrimps. But they do breed in this tank. And females like those conditions. As you can see, the amount of growth is enormous. But shrimps don't like to go to the light because we are using very strong Chihiro's light for this system, which got 24 watts. And you can see my indication of CO2 level. Usually I don't feed the shrimps in this tank. I don't think the shrimps need any additional food because they got a lot of algae. But when I need to make a video, it's time for something good. Something that shrimps will enjoy. And that will make the shrimps go and show their beauty to all of you. Watching shrimps in the tank can be a very calmful experience. But when you feed them, they can fight for the food. Maybe this type of tank is a better way to keep shrimps in home environment. I'm sure that this type of tank is the best for getting the highest amount of breeding and isn't the best for the selective breeding. But we don't keep shrimps only for profit. We keep them especially for fun and their beauty. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider supporting me for more of them on Patreon or here on YouTube. Keep on shrimping.